The 1920s was an important time for the development of many aspects of life for people around the globe. A crucial piece of existence is the education of youth. In particular, two of the most important educational theorists were highly active during this time. Both John Dewey and Maria Montessori are among the most influential progressive educational philosophers of all time, and both were active in the 20s. Before delving into an analysis of their own philosophies, however, it is pressing to describe what the typical education in the 20s was like. The 1920s was certainly a very transformative time for education. Many teachers who highly valued teaching and knowledge simply for knowledge itself quickly became largely obsolete. The world was moving quickly, and the youth of the Western world needed to learn practical and applicable skills as opposed to just theory and conceptual topics. There was also an influx of immigration, and for the first time, schools started teaching languages as well as civil values to help immigrant children integrate into their new society. There was also an increase in the amount of students at school, which was primarily correlated with the end of World War I and soldiers returning home. There was also a huge change in college and university. As the economy was booming, hence the Roaring '20s moniker, far more families had the money to send their kids to college. At the same time, colleges needed to adjust to the constantly changing workforce. New programs and degrees were being offered more and more. Public schools were funded by taxes, but those in the cities had more equipment, better trained teachers, and far more resources. This was what education was actually like in the 20s, but what changes did Dewey and Montessori hope to see? Both philosophers primarily wanted to see progressive change in education. They did have several differences, however. Dewey viewed education as growth, and the continuous reconstruction of the experience and formal education guides that growth in a desired direction. However, Montessori viewed education as a process which develops spontaneously in a person, and that formal education only serves to assist in the development. Both philosophers have inspired current education in two distinct ways. There are Montessori schools nowadays, but Dewey's impact was far more direct on the public school system. For example, Common Core is based loosely on Dewey's philosophy. Education is an incredibly important part of society, and it was transformed during the 20s. Looking to and aiming to model education after people like Montessori, but primarily John Dewey, can be nothing but positive for our future as a nation.